Now, this comment is brought to you by a former police officer, and she knows her shit. You should be following her. Now, from what I've found out about this statement, is that it is mostly true, at least from what I can verify. I tried to find the most legible version of this on the internet, so bear with me. But even as of yesterday, the LAPD themselves said that these protests have been mostly peaceful. But according to the LAPD, they said the few violent situations that have come across have been because of protesters throwing rocks or Molotovs at ICE agents. And while I can't verify that at the moment, it does sound very similar to the BLM protests, which were found to be like 96% peaceful, save for the few right-wing infiltrators like the Boogaloo Boys who were purposefully causing violence. But also, despite the LAPD claiming that they are not working with ICE agents, people in those lives everywhere were claiming the opposite is true, and that the LAPD was backing up and helping ICE. And from all of the lives and all of the videos that I watched of those protests, while some of the protesters from far away were yelling at the police officers, they were not engaging with them, they were not getting into any altercations with them, they were not doing anything. Most of the protesters that I saw were just standing there, voicing their opinions, and refusing to leave. The LAPD and the ICE agents, however, continued to form blockades and push people out of the street. Many people on lives even reported that ICE agents were trying to trap them in order to arrest them. They were also deploying tear gas on people. But the same questions remain. In a mostly peaceful protest, why would they need to not only send in the National Guard, but also have Pete Hegseth threaten to send in the military? He's threatening to send in Marines, which is threatening to use the U.S. military against U.S. citizens for domestic policing. This is against the Posse Comitatus Act, and it is blatantly illegal. Yet completely unironically, during the January 6th insurrection attempt, where people tried to siege a federal building, unalive politicians, and unalive the VP and beat cops, Trump refused to call the National Guard. And as Gavin Newsom has aptly pointed out, this deployment of the National Guard and potentially the Marines is purposefully inflammatory. It's because of Dumpy's vendetta against California, and it is also to purposefully increase the violence so that Dumpy can issue martial law. Because while we've all been talking about him potentially saying that he was going to try to legally take away habeas corpus, martial law actually suspends habeas corpus. If you get taken by agents and put in a van and habeas corpus isn't there to protect you, you will likely never be seen again. This whole thing has become a massive shit show of a man who was an openly authoritarian, who said he was going to rule with an iron fist, openly doing so, and the people on the right are fucking shocked.